All Things Possible TV. I'm excited to have you with us for this episode. This week is let go of being perfect. So much of the time we try to be perfect. We have this whole list of things that we have to do to be perfect. And all these different things that we have to do them perfect, do them just right. Well, I'm going to tell you to let it go. There is no way to be perfect in every aspect, in everything. There are things in our life that we can do perfectly, and there are things in our life that will never be perfect. We're going to talk about that today. So join me for this whole episode on let go of being perfect. Before we jump in, I want to invite you to go to our website at www.allthingspossible.biz. Right here on the screen. It's even clickable, so click on it. Go and get our 7 traits. I teach 7 traits to create the life that you want. Create your thriving life. Get your free gift from us right now. Jump on this link and get your 7 traits. It comes to you as an email series, and it's a video series that you get to be able to move your life forward right now and take action, implement these 7 traits that will really change your life. So jump on, get your free gift, and change your life right now. I'd love to have you get that gift from me and join us in the All Things Possible community. Okay, so let's get back to our episode. Hopefully, if you've been with us very long, you've noticed I got a new backdrop and a new set for right now. I've been having some fun. I got a gift from my kids, and so I've got a couple of drapes to start changing it up on our episode and having some fun. So I hope you enjoy that with me. Our episode today is on let it go. You do not have to be perfect. Let go of trying to be perfect. This episode is completely because I love to be raw and real. Well, I don't necessarily love to be raw and real on here, but I am raw and real on here a lot. So I just have had some things this last few months that I've gone through, and I really wanted to share with you because I really feel like I can only help you as much as I'm willing to be authentic and real and share with you the things that I'm going through and what I'm discovering. I've known this for a long time. Nobody's perfect. No one will ever be perfect in all areas. There's a lot of things that we can be perfect in. We can do one thing perfectly, but we're not going to do all things perfectly. And there's going to be times that we just have to finally know that not everything's going to go perfect, and we'll never be completely perfect. And the sooner we can discover that, the better we will do. But I just wanted to kind of give you just some background and talk to you for a minute about some things that have been going on for me. I've had a really busy last few months, and some really big things have been going on. And I've been trying to do them to the best of my ability and be perfect in them. And I've been failing. One of them was an incredible nutrition. I was working on my body, and I was on an eating program. This is backed by doctors. It's this great plan. You've probably heard of it. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's this phenomenal plan. In this nutrition plan, it cut out all sugar, all milk products, all wheat, and yet you ate constantly, but it was a very rigid plan. My husband and I went on this. We followed it to the T. There was exercise involved. There was eating involved, certain foods, certain days, and we followed it like consistently, doing it exactly as we were told. There was almost no cheating whatsoever. And I say that almost, like once in a while there'd be like, oh, can we have this? Is it supposed to be allowed? It would be a slight variance of we couldn't find exactly what they asked us to have. We were so good. Now, the average weight loss on 4 weeks of this nutrition plan was about 20 to 28 pounds in 28 days, especially for our body type. My husband and I both had quite a few pounds that we could lose, and we were excited to do this plan. Now, I've modeled before, I've been healthy and a healthy weight before, I've dieted a lot, so I should have been able to do this. Well, after 28 days of being almost perfect, very, very close to perfect. I'd only released 8 pounds. I was discouraged. But because this was about a healthier lifestyle, remember, if you've seen any of the episodes, I mean, we've planted this organic garden, we've got all these things going to change of lifestyle, not just eating differently, but completely about being healthier and happy, not just diet and lose weight. It's release the excess weight, be healthier, and completely a complete life change. So, very discouraged, right? And we went in after the first 4 weeks. It's like, okay, we're going to keep going. It's okay. I released 8 pounds. I'm going to be okay. I didn't really tell anybody I was doing this. Didn't make a big deal. Probably didn't tell you much about it. But I kept going. About another 2 or 3 weeks into this, not much change. So I was getting discouraged at this point, right? Then came the big announcement. My daughter had been engaged. For those that have followed our story, my daughter had been in Nepal last summer to find herself, came home engaged to a Nepalian, and found herself apparently, and came home engaged, was 20 years old, and she announced she's getting married, and he's now coming to America, coming to Utah, and we're having a wedding. We're now having a wedding in a matter of 3.5, 4 weeks. So, the nutrition plan got thrown out the window. Fiance gets here, we have 23 days until a wedding, and it's in my yard. Nutrition plan goes completely out the window. We are eating whatever we can microwave and whatever we can do while we hold down 2 corporations. We completely revamp the whole yard, 2.5 acres, rebuild a deck, do everything for this wedding, right? And pull it all off. And it's beautiful. The wedding comes off, everything's okay. I actually, without even trying on a dress that I had bought before, I pulled it on the day of the wedding and said, okay, apparently this is what I'm wearing. And that's not like me, but I wore this dress. Now, yeah, working in the yard, there was a lot of exercise and stuff, but I had not gotten on the scales. I totally threw this out the window because it couldn't be my focus. I couldn't be perfect at it. I couldn't allow it to take over. Now, wedding got over, took off for Lake Powell, did not stay on a diet. At this point, and this is a bad thing to admit, this is raw and real, I'm drinking Diet Coke. Now, that's been a bad habit in my past. I've been really good and off Diet Coke for a long time, and it's the stress, and I can't even begin to tell you the list of everything that's been going on for the last few months in my life, but Diet Coke became something that I was drinking during this little wedding process. And not just a little Diet Coke, not just a can a day, it was significant Diet Coke. So, all the wrong things, right? And I got back from Lake Powell after a few days, and that whole next week, now I had a lot of client appointments and whatnot, but I was checked out. I'd gone through a couple funerals, a couple of really, really hard situations, a really, really hard funeral. A dear friend that was 39. And just some really difficult trials, some really difficult news with family members with some illnesses, and my dad's struggling with his health, and it was difficult for this wedding to not be exactly what I thought it was supposed to be in my life with my daughter. It wasn't exactly what I thought it would look like. So I decided to sit on the couch. I decided that the extra lemon bars in the freezer were probably for me, right? And that I could just catch up on that extra Grey's Anatomy episode, you know, that new one that they just put out. So 25 episodes, about give or take, 18, 19 hours of TV in a week, which is not me, right? So completely not the plan. Not the exercise, not the diet, not what I'm supposed to be doing. I go to the doctor, I get on the scale, and I'm like, I don't even want to know. It's just not good. This is bad, right? This is bad, bad, bad. I have not been perfect. I have not followed. It's not going to happen. I drank a 44-ounce Diet Coke on the way to the doctor. I was down 16 pounds. 16 pounds! Okay, so proof. Proof you don't have to be perfect to be successful. Okay, I don't suggest that diet plan because there's a lot of other things that went on. But it is complete proof of my situation, of exactly telling you what's going on. You don't have to follow something perfectly to be successful. Okay? Bad example, maybe, but what I want you to recognize is that when you're making progress in the right direction, you're having success. You do not have to have perfection to be successful. Let go of being perfect. I want you to think about, if you have a smile on your face, it doesn't mean that your life is perfect. It means that you appreciate what you have. You appreciate what God's given you. You appreciate the good things in your life. You're recognizing the good in your life. When I got off those scales, I just kind of laughed because, yeah, I'm still overweight. I'm still not where I want to be. I'm still not where I was before I started doing my TV show. But I was down 16 pounds. It was a start in the right direction. It was better than it's been for a while. It meant that I was having progress. And it meant that I could go another step. For me, baby steps for clients means progress. Because I know when you're having momentum in the right direction, there is more and more progress going on. More accomplishment means more accomplishment. And you will be more successful. It just can't be stopped. And when I have clients that I work with that continually have that motion, forward motion going on, they're successful in all areas. Their relationships get better, they get more organized, they have better employment, they make more money, whether they're self-employed or they have a boss, they get a raise. It happens because when they're more confident, they get a promotion, right? It happens. And that's because we have progress. We love ourselves. We get to move forward. So let go of perfection. Let go of being perfect. That's what we have to do. Life does not have to be perfect to be fabulous. Now, the week with watching TV, watching Netflix, okay, I don't do that on a regular basis. Most of the time, I am way too busy to see 1 or 2 episodes of anything a week. So seeing 25 in a week was completely off the charts. In fact, I'm texting my son that he likes to see it. He's the one that told me there was a new episode out, new season. And I'm texting him going, like, oh my gosh, can you believe it? I'm actually doing this. Okay, I was watching in the middle of the night when I couldn't sleep. I was watching when I was having leg cramps and difficult situations. Like I said, I'm having some issues. Okay, but during all those things that were going on, I still had progress in releasing some pounds. I am going to look at that as success. Because there's a lot of negatives in that week that can take me down. And if I want to focus there, I will not see any progress at all. I choose not to see it that way. I hope that you can see the progress that you're having every week. Because when you see the progress, it's easier to see the progress in the next week, even when it's little. Okay? Me at home, I refuse to get on the scale. I refuse to see it. I refuse to say, oh yeah, these pants aren't quite so tight. I wouldn't see it. I'm going, I just had a lemon bar. I'm drinking Diet Coke. I refuse to see it until the doctor's scale, which I always weigh more at the doctor's scale, right? So it's probably more than 16 pounds. What I want you to take from this is that you can be successful. It's letting go of perfection. You don't have to be perfect, and you won't ever be perfect. So get over it, right? The other thing is I want you to actually be happy where you are. Now, when I say that, let me talk to you about the wedding. Now, I have this most beautiful daughter in the whole world. I adopted her when she was a brand new baby, and she has the best birth mother that I could ever ask for. My daughter decided that she wanted her half-sisters and her birth mother involved in this wedding. Now, for most adoptions and for most adopting mothers, they would be like, no way, I'm not going to share. Well, of course I'm going to feel like, I have to share. But we welcome this with open arms. No, that's not totally easy. But what I can tell you is when you can embrace the situation with love, it can all work out. When we will let go of things looking perfect and we will allow the situation to be what it is. This wedding was completely different on several levels. It wasn't how I thought it would look. My daughter was not in this white dress, an American white dress. No, she was in a sari from Nepal. Not how I ever thought my only daughter would look on her wedding day. But she was beautiful. And I choose to see her as a beautiful bride and doing the wedding the way she wanted to do it. It being her day. It wasn't my day. It was her day. There are times when we have to look at the whole picture. And when we can allow ourselves to look at the whole picture and not have it be perfect, we can allow ourselves to let go of the things that aren't being perfect as what we thought it might look like. Because the perfect part of that day was that the most important people in her life that loved her, that gave her life, that raised her, were there for her. And we embraced her and had a beautiful day that she said was her dream day. I want you to be able to look at your life. Are you having your dream day? Are you embracing those little pieces that are perfect? And are you letting go of the pieces that aren't? Are you grasping the things that really matter? And are you making the changes that you can and letting go of the things that you can't? Are you so stuck on being perfect that you can't see that you are lovable and valuable and that you're enough? So much of the time we don't value ourselves enough, and when we don't value ourselves enough, we can't value everyone else around us. The more you value you, the more you can value others. I know that because for years and years and years I did not value me at all. I had to learn to value me. And there are even times now that it's tough. But when you can learn to value yourself, you can value others at a whole different level. Life was meant to be happy. Life was meant for us to value each other. Life was meant for us to love. And life was not meant for us to be perfect. So let go of being perfect. Let go of thinking it has to be a certain way. Allow your life to work right where it is. Be able to handle your life in the current situation that you're in and find value in it. When you can find value where you are right now, it'll be worth more. And you'll find more value the next day and the next. If you can't find any value today, tomorrow will be less valuable than today was. But if you find value in today, tomorrow will be even more valuable. Life is what you make it. Life is what you believe it is. So go out and choose for it to be the most valuable life ever. Thanks for being here with me today. Let go of being perfect. I hope that you got something from what I've shared with you today in being able to see that it doesn't have to look a certain way. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to follow things to perfection. Give yourself credit for what you're accomplishing and the levels that you're reaching. Celebrate your success, and you will achieve more. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next time on our episode here on All Things Possible. We are going to have a fun episode for you coming up, and we also want to invite you to get a free strategy session with me. If you'd like to get a free strategy session, you can go to our website, again, right here on the screen, allthingspossible.biz. Again, that's allthingspossible.biz. Go to the Contact Us button right there on the website and just send me an email that you would like to get your free strategy session. Again, that's with Kris. And I would be happy to do a strategy session with you and see how we can move your life forward. Again, thanks for joining me on our episode today, and we'll see you next time right here on All Things Possible TV. Thank you. Bye-bye.